Picture this, you just spent $50,000 to upgrade your kitchen and fully remodel it, but there's nowhere to put your dishes when they're drying, so your ugly dish rack lives next to your sink on the countertop permanently. That is exactly the problem with a lot of American kitchens today, is that they lack some of the highly functional built-in features that European kitchens have had for decades. That's why I'm bringing you 9 of the best European kitchen features that are actually genius and we should definitely be bringing into American kitchen design today. This first genius European kitchen hack is definitely around something that you probably do every day if you're like me and you run your dishwasher every day. We're used to having to unload and load our dishwasher by bending over and crouching down, and then we're having to reach up and put our dishes away. Then you bend back down again and get the next item, and then you're putting items away 2 at a time. A lot of bending and reaching, right? But in a lot of European kitchens, the dishwasher is actually not down here on the floor at all. It's actually raised up inside a cabinet run, so that way you're more at waist height unloading and deloading your dishwasher. Loading and unloading your dishwasher become easy and effortless because you're not having to bend down anymore. You're doing it all at waist height. These European dishwashers are actually placed right here inside a cabinet, much like our wall ovens are placed here in America. Now, this one might be a little bit difficult to try to retrofit your existing cabinetry with the higher up dishwasher, but it could be done if you have a tall cabinet. The best way to incorporate this would be to build it into your new kitchen design. So if you are thinking about that, you can actually raise your dishwasher up 12 to 18 inches, and that way it becomes less of back-breaking labor, and you can have that waist height where you're going to be able to load and unload your dishwasher without bending over. It's an absolute game changer if you're like me and you have back issues, or you're modifying your home to age in place and you plan to live forever in your home. What do you think about this idea? I think it's absolutely brilliant, and I would love to have a raised dishwasher in our kitchen remodel. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. Oh, and if you're new around here, my name's Carrie. I'm a self-taught designer and founder of the blog Penny Modern, and I've been remodeling kitchens and bathrooms for over a decade. Now for this next one, we're gonna be talking about the dreaded counter clutter. And that is all the different kitchen items and gadgets, like this blender here, that you have littering your countertops in your kitchen. A lot of people really want tons of counter space when they remodel their kitchens, but then the remodeling's over and they go ahead and put all these different appliances right on their kitchen countertops. And then what happens is this beautiful countertop that you paid tens of thousands of dollars for just becomes a parking lot for all these appliances. In parts of Europe, they actually solve for a lot of this appliance mess very easily by putting a very simple accessory on their sink. And I'm talking about a boiling water tap. And now this is going to be a faucet that actually delivers hot boiling water at the click of a button. You don't have to heat it on the stove. It actually has a small reservoir underneath your sink that keeps the water heated for you, and that way you have instant hot water. You can make tea, you could probably even make instant coffee, you can use it to start boiling water for pasta right away, and it really speeds up things. It also removes the need for some of those extra kitchen appliances. And you can actually add this to your existing kitchen without doing remodel. There are different companies that have these boiling water taps, and they can actually use one of the holes, if you have them on your faucet, to have that tap come right out, and they can install that reservoir in your cabinet under your sink. It completely eliminates the need for that countertop kettle. And I have a girlfriend that has one of these instant hot water taps in her house, and she says she uses it all the time, and she's super happy that she did it when she did her kitchen remodel. Speaking of the sink area, this next one drives a lot of people crazy. We all have dishes, right? You might have a mug. Even if you use your dishwasher, I feel like there's always dishes to do, and you have to have a place to dry your dishes, right? So a lot of people, they'll wash a dish and they'll place it in the dish rack, which is right next to the kitchen sink. Very logical place, right? You might tell yourself, oh, it's only temporary, I'll put that dish away. But this ugly dish rack actually becomes kind of part of your kitchen decor if you're always leaving it out right on your countertop. And this really becomes a problem because it adds to that cluttered look to your kitchen. It also can look chaotic if you have a bunch of different items in there. The Europeans actually have a great solution for this, and it's actually from Finland. In Finland, they have had this solution for decades. It's completely built into their cabinetry. And you'll see in these Finnish kitchens that there's actually a cabinet always right above the sink, and it looks like a normal kitchen cabinet, but it's actually, when you open it, instead of normal shelves, it has wire or slatted shelves that you actually put your dishes in, and then they can dry inside the cabinet, and all the drips just go directly in your sink. So you wash your plates and your cups and your bowls, put them in your cabinet, and they dry in there, sight unseen, and it doesn't mess up your beautiful kitchen. The drying rack is literally built into their cabinetry. And believe it or not, you can actually find some of these aftermarket ones that you could use if you do have a cabinet above your sink. You can actually put these inserts in and remove the bottom of your cabinet and put that insert in and have your own drying rack. Or I have seen some racks at IKEA that you can just install just above your sink as well that serve the same purpose, but they're not going to be hidden. But if you are doing a remodel, you can ask your cabinet maker to install that drying rack cabinet above your sink, and they'll help you create a custom one that's just perfect for your needs. What do you think about these Finnish dish drying cabinets? Do you think it's a must-have or a genius idea, or is it something that you'd rather skip? Let me know down in the comments below. Now let's talk about something on the lower part of your cabinetry. And I'll bet you've never really thought about what is behind your toe kick. You know what a toe kick is, right? It's actually that little piece of wood that runs under your cabinetry all the way down here. And the reason why we have it is because we need that space for our toes in order to be able to stand at our kitchen counter comfortably. But behind that little board, there is an empty cavity of dead space that's doing absolutely nothing. Now in Europe, their kitchen cabinet systems actually use that space and turn it into usable storage area. European kitchens are much smaller in general than American kitchens. They consider our kitchens ginormous, but they want to get as much usable storage space as possible out of those small kitchens. And they call this area the plinth, which we call the toe kick, and they have a plinth drawer, which is basically a drawer that is in that area in this toe kick area, and you basically can push on it, or it might have a handle, but you push on it and it pops out, and you can put a variety of flat items in there, such as baking trays or maybe serving dishes, and it creates all this extra usable space. Now you can try to hack this, and there are some aftermarket options that you can actually cut your toe kick area off, put in a drawer, and then you would attach your board to the front of it, and it'll have that mechanism, that spring open mechanism, so that way it's able to open. I'd say that's a little bit harder to do unless you're very good with working with wood, but another option would be when you go to remodel your home, you get those toe kick drawers and incorporate that into your kitchen design plan. Now, this next kitchen feature that is very popular in Europe solves one of the biggest problems with American food storage today. Here in the United States, a lot of us have been taught with these luxury kitchens is that the dream pantry is actually a walk-in pantry, or maybe it's a butler's pantry, and it's an entire room behind your kitchen. But us mere mortals and everyday people like you and me, we can't afford to have a fully walk-in extra room in terms of a pantry. So a lot of us are stuck with just a pantry cabinet. And what happens is it becomes a black hole, because when you have especially static shelves, you cannot find the things in the back. And a lot of times you end up buying multiples of the same thing just because you didn't see that, oh, I have 2 extra jars of pasta sauce back there because I can't see anything on my back shelf. But in Europe, they have a solution for that. And they create these beautiful pull-out pantry cabinets that have all kinds of shelves, they have wire baskets, and they make it really easy to see and find everything in your kitchen. Some of these pull-out pantry cabinets, they pull completely out and you can actually see on both sides exactly what you have, or they have standard doors like this and they have shelves inside that pull out. And that way, again, you can access everything in the back. And I actually found some great examples of pull-out pantry cabinets on my recent trip to IKEA, and I'm gonna share those with you. They have so many options for pantry cabinets and inserts at IKEA, and a lot of them you can actually install on your existing cabinetry. Not everybody knows that. But I love the combination of using these section IKEA cabinets with the Maximera drawers. That is a great option. There's also the section cabinets that have wire baskets that basically are installed on the doors, and when you open it, you get access to everything, especially the items in the back. It's much more organized and useful than just having static shelves in your pantry cabinet. I've also seen some other brands have aftermarket options that you can find on Amazon from places like Remodel, where you can add these inserts into your existing pantry cabinet to get a lot more storage and usefulness out of your space. And if you'd like to hear even more kitchen designer secret sources and secret vendors that not everybody knows about until they hire a kitchen designer, you've got to check out my guide, which is Kitchen Designer Secret Sources. And it's all the kitchen vendors and sources and brands that designers don't want you to know about, but I am spilling the bean on all of them. And you can get that in my Penny Modern shop. I'm going to link to that right here. There'll be a QR code you can scan with your phone if you're on your TV, or I'll link to it down in the description. Now back to the video. Speaking about things getting lost in the dark, you may have a kitchen cabinet like I do that has static drawers, and you reach down, you gotta get down on your hands and knees, and you're looking for stuff back there, and you're wondering, oh, that's where I put that, and then you forget that it's even there, and then you wonder why you can never find anything when you actually need it. And it's not really storage. It's more like a hiding place, and having these very static lower cabinets that just have those fixed shelves really makes it hard to fully utilize all that storage space that you have down there. But in European kitchens, they solve that problem. The lower half of their kitchen is actually designed for ergonomics, meaning it's easy to use and it's not gonna break your back. A lot of the lower cabinetry is actually very deep drawers in Europe. And these make everything visible to you. You have your drawer, you open it up, and you can instantly see everything that you have back there, no guessing. And again, on my recent trip to IKEA, I found so many great options of different lower cabinets with drawers, as well as all these different organizers that go in those drawers. I found drawer within a drawer systems. I found some really brilliant cabinets that were pull-out drawers underneath your sink where you could put your trash cans. And they really showed how you can get every inch of storage space in your kitchen by putting these drawers in. You can also use some of these IKEA cabinet inserts on your existing cabinetry without replacing the entire cabinet, or you can buy items from Amazon that are going to retrofit your cabinets. Now, here in the US, a lot of people love their gas range, my husband included. It was a non-negotiable for him. But there can be a problem with having these massive gas ranges. I know a lot of people consider it a status symbol to get this huge gas range with all these knobs that's super expensive. But the problem is, if you cook every day, these gas ranges can be pretty hard to clean. I'm the one that does the cleaning in our house. My husband does the cooking, and this is a pain in the butt to keep clean, honestly, because you have to take the grate up. These little parts come off, and it's really bothersome to have to clean this every day. It also doesn't give you a very minimalist look to your kitchen. It obviously becomes a big focal point. So if you want that more minimalist look and you want something that's easy to clean, the Europeans have a solution for you. So in European kitchens, they have a very integrated look to their range, and they actually have adopted this technology many years before the US, and it's just gaining popularity here, and that is an induction cooktop. An induction cooktop, it actually heats your pan, and sometimes you have to buy special pans, but it heats the pan using an electromagnetic current. The surface is completely flat. It boils water up to 40% faster than gas, and it's infinitely easier to clean because you just wipe it down. You don't have to mess with all these grates and doohickeys. But if you are remodeling, consider an induction cooktop. And I have seen also people are actually putting induction burners and integrating it into their countertop. So it looks like one giant countertop, and you have an induction burner under there, and you don't have to worry about burning your hand because it's only going to heat things up if you put the pan on it. That's how advanced this technology is. So if you want that very sleek, minimalist look, or you just want something that's easier to clean, induction cooktop might be perfect for you. But I wanna know, what are your thoughts on induction cooktops? Are you like, Carrie, no way, I have to have my gas stove? Or are you like, hey, I would love to try induction when I do my remodel? Let me know down in the comments below, are you team induction or team gas in terms of your cooktop? Now let's talk about a problem that is a major one in a lot of open concept homes where the entire kitchen is open to the great room or the living space. And that is the problem of having your hulking appliances. And some people on my channel have commented about my fridge and how gigantic it looks, which honestly I think is just the camera angle because it is a countertop depth fridge. But a lot of people have these huge hulking appliances that are very visible in the rest of their home. And these can look like very disruptive, loud, metallic billboards that are just like in the middle of all your beautiful cabinetry and not very appealing. Now, in a lot of European kitchens, they handle these appliances in a much more subtle way and really integrate them into their kitchen space. And they use more compact appliances, not these huge mega fridges like we have. They'll have a slender fridge and freezer combo, and they'll actually hide it with a panel that matches the rest of their cabinetry. And then they also do that with their dishwasher, and they put that custom cabinet panel on their dishwasher, and they might have that induction cooktop that's integrated into the rest of their cabinetry as well. And that way you really don't see very many appliances in these European kitchens because they're all integrated. That way your cabinetry and the beauty maybe of your backsplash really become the focal point instead of having these hulking appliances in your open concept space. And when I went to IKEA, I saw that they actually had a ton of panel ready appliances as well. So you can get some more affordable options from places like IKEA. I know even with a Bosch dishwasher, they have a pretty good Bosch dishwasher that has a panel ready version for around $1,000, which is a lot for a dishwasher, but in the grand scheme of things, it's gonna help hide it and give you that more minimalist and seamless look in your kitchen. This next one is more about the mindset for your kitchen. Now in America, we have a standard where we actually bolt all our kitchen cabinets to the wall and everything becomes a permanent fixed part of the rest of our home when we install our kitchen cabinet. But what happens if your needs change? What happens if your family grows? What happens if you become an empty nester and you don't have as big of a family living at your house anymore? Your needs might change, and then you're stuck with this kitchen that's permanently affixed to your space. That's why in Europe, a lot of them treat the kitchen as a more freestanding space where they have a freestanding island that they can move around and they can roll in and out, or they could replace. They have a more modular kitchen that they can actually remove the cabinetry and replace it with different ones, especially if you're renting. A lot of kitchens in rental units are not there when you go to rent a property. You have to bring your own kitchen. So they're just really used to having these modular kitchens that they take with them from one place to another if you're renting or moving around. And you can actually get some great freestanding modular kitchens, again, from IKEA, especially if you're maybe converting a mother-in-law suite, or you're trying to put a little apartment in your basement. You can get these modular kitchens from places like IKEA. You also can get fabulous kitchen islands from places like Wayfair, IKEA, or even Amazon that you can have in your kitchen and move them around, move them in and out as your needs change. Oh, and if you also want to know everything that you need to know before you start your kitchen remodel and before you pick up that hammer and start doing any demo, then you've got to watch my Dream Kitchen Playbook series. And it's going to show you a series of videos that has everything that you need to know before you do that kitchen remodel. It's going to give you ideas, trends, mistakes, as well as deep dives on things like countertop and lighting. So you've got to watch that next, and I'm going to link to that right here, and I'll see you in the next video.